Hello everyone, how are you? Today is a beautiful day for you. Why is it beautiful for you? Because you get to see another how-to series from me, and you need to make sure no matter what, that your life is better than yesterday. So, how to communicate better? How are you going to communicate better? What can you do today to make sure that your life is better than yesterday? Now, with communication, you have to realize that you must put the you in action. What does that mean? Do you see how I keep the attention on you? It's about you now. You see, it starts with you. Now it ends with you, because you are someone and you must be someone better. And you must realize this is how you must do this, and this is how you must speak, and this is how you do everything. Now, no matter what, you can see how to speak within my words. When I keep the attention on you, you will find the words to say. Now, when you speak about I, then you'll say, I have a story, and I still have a story, and I did this in the past, and this is my experience from before. So when you use the I, you're referring based on your experience. But when you are using the word you are referring to something to teach somebody else to lift up. So you inspire people both ways. Now, selfishness is I, and selflessness is you. So no matter what, you have to realize that communication is everything, and the communication is key to the person that you need to be. Now, when you're improving your life, you're going to find yourself in the most attractive places when you are working on the go. Now, that is important for you to recognize, and it's important for you to recognize that no matter what happens, that you communicate better throughout your life. Now, communication is key for everything. Communication is key for empathy. It's communication for leadership. Communication is leadership. You need to realize that communication is everything that's going to get you higher. Now, you need to realize that no matter what, when you're speaking, you communicate with yourself and with the audience, and make sure that you're always focusing on yourself while you communicate. Because when you focus on yourself while you communicate, you're going to actually find something to do that's even much better, and that's your business. You need to realize that your business is right here and right now. You need to see that your life is improving day in and day out. The more content you do in terms of communication, and the more that you're branding yourself in daily life. Now, when I speak, what I'm doing is I'm always seeking for better ways of communication. So what I do is I use my hand signals to make sure that my communication is better for you. So I make sure to teach myself while I teach you. So when I teach you, I make sure to always use the you in action. I put the you in action because I keep referring to you so that I can find the words to say. So you can see as you is a break in your communication, and it's a pause in your communication. So when you're using the word you're actually pausing within your communication to keep referring to something that you're going to say, but that you keep the attention on the audience, which is how you state the you. Now, do you understand how to state the you? When you're speaking with you can see I've already said over 50 yous in this type of way, that you realize that I said you over 50 times in this video already within 30 minutes, because I have to state it about you. Now, when it's about me, I have to state something about my life. But when it's about you, I can only state something on how you can improve based on my life experience already. Unless you ask me based on my life experience, then I have to go into I. Now, when you're improving your life, realize that you must be happier, and communication is happiness. So the more that you connect, the more you can speak, the more that you can communicate, the more you can do everything. You need to realize that communication is something that's going to help you in terms of all aspects of life, to balance your life, to help you build vocabulary, to make sure that you saw yourself better so that you can be a better entrepreneur, so you can be a better business person, and so you realize that you can use the better words in terms of communication and how you live life. Now, in terms of life, you can use the Graham Mudra as you are also speaking in terms of camera. You can make sure, no matter what, just to balance your mind, and so that you can see how you are really working your mind with the Graham Mudra, and so that you can experience something new in your life. Now, something different in terms of life is make sure that you move your hand signals around, and make sure that no matter what, you're always doing something in accordance to becoming better in life. So when I public speak, for example, what I'll do is I would stand up, and I would make sure that you see me, and I'll make sure to give you a public presentation so that you can see exactly how do I communicate. So as I do this, you can see I'm just going with what I say. So as I speak, so shall you see what my body posture is actually saying, and as I stop with my hand signals, you can also see that my communication may stop. So that's how I realize no matter what, I can also use the Gaya Mudra, and I can be speaking in this type of manner, and I can make sure no matter what that you get what you deserve. So when you see how to improve your life, when you see you can communicate better with the Gaya Mudra, you see how it actually balances your mind in terms of communication. Because when you're using something in terms of public speaking, you need to realize that your life must be better today than yesterday. So use the Gaya Mudra to actually balance your mind while you speak, because that's the key to your life. So you can do it in any aspect of life, and you can make sure to meditate, and you can meditate while speaking with people while you're doing the Gaya Mudra, and make sure that you put the you in action. So when you're speaking with people in terms of life, you can communicate to anyone. You can communicate to anybody. You can get laid, you can get everything in life as long as you communicate better. Now, communication is key to a richer lifestyle. You'll gain multi-billions of dollars, you'll gain $1 trillion, and you'll gain something even more worthwhile. So what do you actually gain? You gain a better lifestyle through being a more professional person, through being a more wiser person, through being a person who can give, through being a person who can actually be generous. So be more generous in your daily life by giving more through communication. So when you're realizing that no matter what happens, your life must be better than yesterday through your communication, so seek to do more videos in your daily life, because no matter what, you have to see that the new way of delivering information is through video. Now in the future, the videos are dominating everything. You need to be able to brand yourself even more than yesterday. You need to be a person who is a persona and who's actually doing something on video every single day. Now, in terms of ebooks, here's a nice time management technique that I've actually learned in my life in terms of communication. Now, when you're writing in a journal, you can do the same thing and put the you in action inside the journal. Now, it would be the same thing as you speaking in a public speaking gig, and all you're doing it is inside the journal. You're doing it inside the journal in terms of you, and now you must do this and do this because of you, and you must do this and do this for you. You must do this because you can see how to do this, and you can do this, and you can speak in terms of you inside of your journal. As in, you are speaking to other people, but you'll learn something through that. And you learn how your mind can actually convert into a better lifestyle through what you say. Now, when you're using the Gaya Mudra on stage, when you're using the Gaya Mudra in terms of life, it's going to help you balance your mind, it's going to help you feel more secure in your communication, it's going to help balance your movements in terms of life. So make sure that you never listen to Toastmasters people in terms of them saying anything about your life and how it must be, because you determine your life, and you must realize that no matter what, I was a Toastmaster for 1 year, and I went to Toastmasters and I gave speeches, and I gave over 20 speeches. So I do have some public speaking ability just in front of a small crowd. So you have to realize to do more public speaking inside a video by yourself, so that you can really see how you can do it. Now you can go to Toastmasters, but just realize that those people are never going with you anywhere. You have to realize those people are only in that club, and that you must move on. So if you do go to Toastmasters, make sure that you set a time limit for how long you'll be there. And my time limit for Toastmasters is just 1 year. So no longer will I be going to Toastmasters, as I have better things in my life now. I have better to do. So no matter what, I can go to Toastmasters when they give me some money, when they give me some value. Do you understand? And I can give a speech and improve them. But in terms of this way, just to go and give a free speech, guys, I do speeches now for money. You understand? So to do money speeches, you need to be a person who communicates excellently. You need to be able to stand in front of a crowd, and you need to public speak, and you need to do the you in action. You need to be able to be a person who's far greater than other people, but you need to realize that you need to communicate better. So to communicate better, I started with journaling. So you need to journal. You need to journal more and more and more your thoughts in daily life, and you need to figure out some better words for yourself. and you need to consciously go into Google and you need to read the synonyms of every single word out there. And you need to every single day go through a list of words and say, this word is this word is this, and you need to teach it in front of quotes. You can teach it in anything. I teach synonyms in my quotes. So that's a beautiful technique that you can use. And I have over 19,000 quotes now. And it's a beautiful course. It can take you over 6 months to read all the quotes that I've read right now. So say I do sign you up in terms of my subscription plan. You can be giving me for 6 months $7.20. You understand? Just to read my quote section. And then you have the journals, which is over a year long. So over my lifetime, no matter what, you can see that one person can give me around $8,000 just by signing up, and they can read for life about me and my life. You understand? Now, as long as I get you on the better path, that is my journey. So you have to realize that when you are getting on the better path, that you communicate better, that you keep coming back to a topic. So what's the topic? You keep coming back to communication in this term. So whenever you find yourself going off track, you have to realize to put the you in action and get yourself back into communication. So no matter what, you must always focus on what you're doing and focus on your lifestyle so that you can really find out who you are. Now, who you are is a better person than yesterday, and to be a better person, you need to communicate better. So no matter what, you have no need anymore to go invest into books that apparently teach you how to do better. But you need to realize that I've already taught you how to be better. So you have no need for those books. Do you see why? Because I've already invested in you, and now you can just use my wording and help apply it into your life about what you can do. So I've already taught you. Guys, stay away from other books. Stay away from, for example, making sure that you never communicate, and just realize that no matter what, you deserve to just write better. You need to write better, and you need to realize that no matter what happens, that your journaling must be your ebook. So that's a beautiful time management technique that I use, and I use it in terms of all my ebooks in this lifetime are going to be just in my journal. Do you understand? So that way, what I do is I remove all the ebooks from my life and all the printed books from my life. So I never invest in printed books for myself, and I never invest into ebooks for myself. So now, just to say that you must be in topic. So make sure that no matter what, you never go strolling elsewhere in terms of life skills. So in terms of communication, you have to realize that communication is a big part of ebooks, and that communication is a big part of printed books. So you may be a person who inspires to be an author. You may be a person who inspires to do something great in terms of lifestyle and communication and getting your word out there. So what you need to do is realize to just have a journal and to write all your ebooks in that site, inside that journal, and to make your site that journal, and to make everything that journal. So when you create a university, that is your journal. You have a university, and you have videos, and you have audios, and you have writing material, and you have blogs, and you have everything, and that is your journal. You understand? So look at the bigger picture, and make sure that no matter what, you're using the you in action all the time. Make sure you're always finding the ways to communicate better through using the you in action inside your journal, inside the video, and inside audio. But make sure that you're doing more videos now. So when you're making sure that you're staying on task and you're staying in terms of topic, and no matter what, you must always be more productive instead of having tasks. So seek to have more goals that are going to make you more productive. So to do that, you must be able to communicate better in terms of how can I make sure that I am more productive. You must ask yourself more questions, and you must be able to recognize that whatever you're doing today is going to get you to the next step. And you must be more positive about that. You must be a person who's going to see something that you're saying, and you must say it and never spray it. You understand? You must say it and learn from it. You must say it and learn and grow from your words. So grow from your words and realize when people are looking at you, that you become controversial in terms of speaking to them, in terms of lifting them. You lift people around you, but make sure that you're always focusing on yourself in terms of what you're saying. Now, your life must be important because communication is key to sales, communication is key to everything that's going to help better your spirituality, everything that's going to help you communicate better. So you need to realize what is your technique in terms of communication, and I've already taught you. I already said for you to make sure that your life is put the you in action, put yourself in action, and make sure that you push through the boundaries of daily life. And when people look at you, use the you in action, and that's going to help inspire you, and it's going to help you to build your confidence. It's going to help you build courage, because everything in your life must be more communication. You need to connect instead of disconnect. But guess what? When you are comparing words, you realize you never compare words. All you really do is just say the obvious. What is obvious? You just connect, and you never disconnect. You understand? Now, in that, there is no comparing. There is no otherwise or something like that. But even though you can state otherwise, do you understand? And you can, for example, state instead of doing this for these reasons. So when you are actually improving yourself, what you can do is realize when you're staying on topic, you can stay on topic because that's your how-to series. So when you have a topic, that you're talking about something in terms of a life event or something that you're speaking about in terms of your business, you need to realize that's what your video is for. So that's what you teach. You understand? Unless you are just teaching everything and boiling everything out. So in terms of communication is going to lift you. Communication is something incredible. When you can speak, you can do everything. You need to first plan it out. You need to plan it out inside a journal. So what I find myself doing sometimes is that I go off track and I start to speak about all these life skills because I'm so motivated to give you a broader aspect of mine. So now, no matter what, you can see that no matter what, when you have a topic that you're speaking about, you speak about only that topic, so that you keep into subject with everything you say. Now, of course, you move on within a certain topic, but you keep to the topic. You understand? That's communication. You keep to what you're saying all the time. Now, when you're saying something, you're always looking for new ideas in terms of what you're saying, and that way you're putting the you in action, and you're giving yourself those gaps where you can actually learn how to communicate better through the you in action. So you're using yourself, inside yourself, to put the you in action to make sure that you are focusing on yourself the most, but making sure no matter what, that the crowd is always being said, that no matter what, you're using the you with the crowd. So that way, they always believe that you are speaking about them, but you're really speaking about you. Because what you teach is what you are. So teaching is a big part of communication. So when you're communicating, you'll have to teach something. You have to teach how to live better. You have to teach your business through communication. You have to make sure that when you're playing sports, you have to communicate. So the best way to communicate is to lift people. That's why I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm a person who goes around the world and I public speak everywhere. So why do I do that? Because you need a public speak to be a leader. And you have to actually realize, no matter what, that my goal is to do more than Tony Robbins. So what do? I make sure that I communicate more. I make sure I give more value, and I make sure I do more than everybody else. Because when you do more than everybody else, that means you're going to succeed more. So I communicate, never to be better than Tony Robbins, but to be better than myself. You understand? I never compete with other people. I compete with nobody but myself. And you have to realize that you must also do the same. You must be just better than yesterday. Better than yesterday, and you must always realize that being better than yesterday is going to help you communicate better. So the more that you can give value, the more that you can give content, the more you can do something incredible in terms of helping somebody to give them value, helping to make sure that people are smarter through communication or through any aspect of life. You can see already that this conversation that we're having is a conversation. So when you're actually communicating with people, what you're doing is you're having a conversation with them and you're not barking orders at them. You understand? Because a conversation is always going to lead to more empathy, it's always going to lead to more compassion and more friendship and more relationships and whatever you need. So in life, always seek more through communication and through everything in life. Because when you have more, you're always going to see what more you can do. So never ask yourself what's left, but ask how can I communicate more and what's more. Because communication is key to everything in the subject, so stick to your subject. So when you're sticking to, for example, what's more in communication, you're actually looking at all the aspects of life in terms of what you can say, everything about communication, so that you can actually teach it, and so that you can realize, hey, here I am teaching you a subject, which is communication, how you can communicate better. So when you're flirting with women, when you're flirting with men, when you're leading people, when you're having a conversation in daily life, you need to realize, even through Messenger, even through social media, when you're communicating, that you always keep coming back to the you, and that you always are putting the you in action with people around you. That when you approach people, your first letters must be you inside your sentence. So how are you? Where did you go? What did you do? Are you able to come with me here? Are you able to show me this? Are you able to take me over there? You have to ask them. You have to put the you. Now when you ask something, you always receive an answer. So based on how you are, you will always get a yes or no, or based on an open question, you may get something broader. So always ask open-ended questions to gain a better answer. Now, if you need a quick answer, then you can ask a closed question. But when you need a broader answer, you ask an open-ended question, which are anything that's starting with who, where, what, when, why, and how. So those are the 5 W's and the 1 H that you use in your communication. And everything else is, are you able to do this? Do you need to do this? Should you do this? And anything that has no W's and H's in it, in terms of your questions at the beginning, then it's a closed question. So, for example, when you're asking closed questions, you need to just get an answer really quick, yes or no, and you need to go somewhere really fast to do something that you really need to do. But when you ask a broader question, you're actually in a type of conversational way, and you would ask the crowd, how do you guys feel about me? And they would actually say something. But if you ask the crowd, are you guys happy with me? Then they'll say yes, or something like that. So what you need to realize is you always get a better answer through the open-ended questions. So make sure that you're always broadening your life in terms of communication and what you can do on a daily basis to teach yourself how to communicate and what to do daily in terms of your communication, so that you can really see what you can do. Now, no matter what, you can see that you just stick to your life and how you can communicate. Now, in daily life, you say, no matter what, the you in action is the most important. So when you're sticking to life, you'll see something much more grander than what you're saying. So life is supposed to be you speaking about your subject. And what is your subject? Your subject is life. So when you're talking about how to communicate better, it has so many more aspects of life in terms of how you can communicate better. So other aspects of life, how you can communicate better, is make sure that you're a positive role model, make sure you're better than yesterday, make sure you're healthier, make sure you have more money, make sure that you look better, make sure that your teeth are cleaner, make sure that no matter what, you can see my teeth, and you can see no matter what that you learn from daily life, everything that you can. And that's how you communicate better. You can exercise every single day and you can communicate that way. You can communicate also through body language, and you can communicate through life in terms of online social media and through texting. So communication is everything in terms of life. So you have to realize there's so much more going on in terms of communication, but what you need to realize is to stay in terms of life now. So when you're staying in terms of life, you're speaking about life, and you're speaking about a broader term now that has everything to do with communication and never just communication. You understand? Because when you're talking about just communication, you only stay in terms of communication. But when you turn into life now, then you'll say, hey, when you go sober, learn how to communicate, because you look better, you have more money, you'll be more successful, you have a better business, your skin will be clearer, you have more focus, you have more happiness, you have more clarity. That's a better way to communicate. You understand? Because now you're broader. Now you're actually doing something even greater. You're actually even teaching more and more now. Do you see how? Because now you're relating communication with life. Because when you're more spiritual now, as you can see, I move into spirituality, because spirituality is communication. Now, when you're spiritual in life, you'll meditate. And when you meditate, you find greater ways for you to motivate yourself, to discipline yourself, and to make sure that you stay consistent and dedicated to what is to what it is that you're actually doing. So now when you see what I just said, you'll see that no matter what, discipline, consistency, dedication has everything to do with communication. Because when you're never dedicated, you'll never communicate. When you're never disciplined, you'll never communicate. When you're never consistent, you never communicate. So now, when you're also motivated, you'll communicate more. So it has everything to do with life. So when you're thinking about life and you're thinking about what can you do to better your life and what can you do to actually see what you need to do in terms of life to better other people, then you'll create a business for yourself, and that way you can learn to communicate better on the go. So on the go, what you'll need to do is to make a public seminar, a public speaking seminar for yourself. You'll need to create a public speaking seminar for yourself so that you can actually see, no matter what, that you can correct yourself within your communication, and that you can repeat yourself within your communication, and that you can speak on the go and learn on the go through video, as I'm doing now. And also you can learn in terms of writing, and you can learn in terms of audio and do audio podcasts and communicate that way, and you can better communication that way. Or you can do a journal, you can do an ebook, you can do printing in terms of your books, you can print your books, you can make a printing form of your books, and you can make sure that you can communicate that way. So another way is you can do posters and you can communicate that way, or you can have the sexiest body in the world and you can communicate that way. So also making sure that you better your habits, and the better your habits, the better you communicate. So when you're bettering your habits, it's never just about the words, it's also about your physique, it's about your mentality, it's about who you are, it's about your skin, it's about how did you dress today, it's about what do you have in life, it's about all your statistics, it's about where are you in life, how long did you travel, who are you, how popular are you, how much attention do you have, how much money do you have, how much everything do you have, so how rich are you, so are you better than yesterday? These are all questions that refer to communication. So this is what a life coach does, and I'm a life coach. I'm a person who is a knowledge broker. As Tony Robbins says, he says a knowledge broker is a person who does self-education. So I do self-education, I'm a life coach. So that's what you need to realize, is always stay in terms of life now. So when you're speaking in front of the camera, seek to broaden your aspects of life in terms of all aspects of life, and never just teach one small subject. So when you go into generalized knowledge, for example, you go to a high school, you go to a primary school or elementary school, you'll find that when you go to mathematics class, all they teach you is mathematics. But that's never the basis of life. The basis of life is teach everything in one class. You give bits by bits. You give everything in one. You understand? You never just eat the chili. You eat the chili with the rice. You eat the rice with the whatever it is you're eating. You understand? So when you're eating tofu, you eat tofu with chili. You can put hummus or chili, and you can put hummus and chili with some salt and some pepper, and also with tofu, and you can mix it in together. So that's the basis of life. But with mathematics, you'll just get the tofu. You understand? So no matter what, you have to see life in a better aspect and see that mathematics is just one subject. But mathematics relates to life. See, for example, this water over here, this is mathematics. You understand? Now, when I go this way, how much water did I pick up? There's a measurement in that. There's also a measurement in life. For example, how big are my eyes? How big are my forehead? For example, how big is my forehead? How big is my everything in life? How tall is that? What size is this? What fabric? Whatever. Everything is mathematics. So sizes, ranges, numbers is all mathematics. Finance is mathematics. So mathematics plays a big role in life. So you need to realize to calculate how to problem solve. You need to use your mathematics, which is your mind right now, on how to communicate and what time to communicate and what measurement and when to say no and when to say yes and when to move forward and when to lead and when to take action, when to inspire, when to say nothing, when to stay silent, when to sleep, when to watch a cinema movie, when to invest money, when to get yourself something that's going to help you, when to treat yourself. This is all mathematics. It's all questions that you ask yourself. So that's a better way to communicate. So the better mathematician you are, the better you can communicate, the smarter you are, and the better you eat, the better you move through life, the better you do everything. So life has to do with everything. Eating is a way to communicate better, because when you eat better, you have 10 extra long years extra to live, and then you can communicate in that way. That hey, because you turn vegan, you are helping save so many you're helping to save so many vegans and everybody in terms of nutrition and how to eat better in life. And that way you help save this massive time load on everyone, and you help to actually bring decades into one little information piece that's going to help give a chip to everybody to help improve their life. You understand? So imagine all my content that I ever do. Each time I do something, I make sure to do it better each time round. So when I teach something, I teach the same blueprint every single time in a better way. So I make decades into 1 second. Do you understand? And I help you, instead of going all the way by yourself, you go to me for the information, I give you the information, and within 1 hour, you can see everything in that 1 hour, what to do. You understand? That's self-education. That's what Tony Robbins does, that's what I do, that's what people who are life coaches do. People who are resources, giving information to other people, they do the same thing. So no matter what, in today's world, it's called a knowledge broker. So I'm a life coach, and I use life coaching. So no matter what, you have to realize now that communication is key for your life. So the better you look, the better you communicate. The more money you have, the better you'll communicate. Anything that you have in terms of more, you'll communicate more. So the better you connect, the better you realize who you are, the more you write, the more you brand yourself, the more you dedicate yourself to everything, the better you're going to communicate. The more you live, the better you communicate. So make sure you're learning, and make sure you're learning self-education, because self-education is going to get you everywhere. So make sure you're always living your life better, seeing what can you do to inspire yourself for greatness. Be a business person, be a person who is in the business and investor side, as Robert Kiyosaki says. And you need to realize now's the time for you to do even more. So how do you do even more? You make sure to just keep putting the words in other people's mouths. And you make sure that they repeat it, and you make sure they say I. Do you understand? So no matter what, you can never be other people, but you can also make sure, no matter what, to figure out a better way for yourself. So when I speak in terms of how-to, in terms of motivational videos, I make sure that you get the best information for your dollar. Need more in life. So when you need more, you communicate more. When you need more, you have everything more in terms of life. So always seek to have more in life. And that's how you communicate better. You communicate through better leadership, through better everything, through better household, families, and you need to have more families in your life. So how do you do that? You communicate better, and you travel the world. You make sure that you have a lot of money, and guess what? A lot of money is nothing. So you have to realize that you never say that $1,000 is a lot of money. You never say that $50,000 is a lot of money. You never say that 100,000 and that more than that is a lot of money, because nothing is a lot of money. You understand? And you can do much better than money in terms of all aspects of life. But even though you do say it's a lot of money, you'll confuse yourself that way, because you'll start to think small. So what you need to do is realize that $1 trillion is 1 cent. Do you understand? It's a small amount of money. $1 trillion is a small amount of money. You can achieve it. You understand? That way, you think big. You understand? But when you say it's a lot of money, you'll be too afraid to go and achieve it. So look in terms of how can you actually broaden your aspects of life in terms of how you're speaking, and bring in the aspect of life that you need to broaden other people's minds in terms of everything. So whatever comes to your mind is what you speak, and whatever is in topic is whatever you're speaking right now is how you communicate. So in terms of life, you have to see that motivation is key to everything. But when you have a set topic on what you can relate to life, it can help you and guide yourself to do something more. So always guide yourself through topics that you can use inside of your communication. But just remember that life is everything, communication is everything, that discipline is everything. So life speaks about everything. So everything that's got to do with life is communication. So people are communication, animals are communication, trees are communication, this moment is communication, objects are communication, everything you speak louder than words. So seek to better your life, seek to actually find what you can do to better your life in terms of anything that you're doing that's going to help you to broaden your aspect of life so that you can see exactly what you need to do to better your life, as that's the most important aspect of your life. So the best way you can do everything is make sure you're pushing through the boundaries, make sure you're pushing through the disciplines, make sure that you're always somebody in life, make sure you're always improving some aspect of your life in what you can do to broaden other people's minds, because that's a better way to communicate when you're a bigger leader. So when you're doing something incredible for your life, you always have to see what else can you say to give some more value, and you need to use some pauses in terms of communication, in terms of your communication, so that you can see what exactly else can you give in terms of your affordability, in terms of more. So you have to think more is affordability. So that is the way to more finances, that is the way to a better life, that is the way to more mathematics. So when you're connecting the dots for yourself, make sure that you're putting the you in action, and make sure that you're crafting yourself into a better mind each time as you speak, as you brand yourself, as you do anything. Because when you have more tension in life, you're going to find how you can actually broaden your life and how you can move things forward in terms of your communication. So when you're leading women, when you're leading people, that you lead them through the you in action, and you'll fastly get your results. Because what you speak, you must live. So integrity has everything to do with what you are living. So when you say something, make sure that you do it. Because there are many people who are saying something and they're never doing it, and they're the big talkers. They're talking too much because they're hypocrites. So you need to realize to never be a hypocrite in your life, and to never talk too much, but to go and do what you talk. You understand? You can talk too much, but make sure you're doing it. You understand? My dad would say, you must never smoke, but he goes and smokes. You understand? You never do that, because that's the old way of thinking. That is hypocrisy, and you are never a hypocrite. You must be a person who is better than hypocrites, and you must be a person who never falls below integrity. So a person who is a hypocrite is a person who manipulates, who blackmails, who steals money, who is a criminal, who is a liar, a cheat, a backstabber, is too much gossip. So you have to stay away from being a hypocrite, because when you're living your talk, you can afford to lead the crowd, and you can afford to be someone famous, and you can afford to be someone rich in life, because you're living what you talk. And people are much more inclined to listen to you when you are living what you are saying, because that's a man of your word, that is a woman of your word. So you're a person of your word in that term. And when you have your word and you live it every single day, you achieve more and more through the confidence of your word. So the more that you do stay in appropriate action in terms of what you're saying on a daily basis, and according to who you are, you're going to lift yourself far more in integrity than being a hypocrite. You understand? Because hypocrites never take action. You must be in integrity, and you must discipline yourself to stay in integrity, and then you must discipline yourself even more to have a higher integrity than the rest of the crowd. So the higher your integrity, the more authority you have to make money, the more authority you have to lead, the more authority you have to do everything. So do you see how this conversation went from communication to life now? Now, that is the broad term that I'm talking about when I speak life coaching, when I speak about knowledge, when I speak about the broader term, because that's how you're going to see more of life and how I can give you more ideas in terms of communication all the way around. But when you're thinking just about communication, then guess what? You never just stick to one topic. You stick to life, which is all topics. Spirituality is all topics. you understand? It's never just one book. It's all books. You understand? When you have the Christian religion, you never just speak about the Christian religion. You speak about all religions. And you combine them together. What does all of it say? You never just look at one book. You understand? You look at all books. Every person is a book. What is your religion? You learn about people's religions. You understand? A selfie stick is a religion of its own. This phone is a religion of its own. Material, water is a religion. It's a form of communication. You understand? So when you're thinking spirituality, you need to think in terms of always is the way. And you need to go always, and you need to inspire always. Because it's better to be inspirational than a negative person. It's better to be inspiration. It's better to be an inspiration. And you need to realize when you communicate that you use the "and" inspiration instead of "a" inspiration. You need to be an inspiration. So when you're an inspiration, you can find something to do, you can find something better to say, and you can always lead people in the best kind of way. And now you can see how to rhyme words too. So no matter what, you have to have a funny humor about you. You need to see, to push through that humor and to actually give it more and more. Because that way, you're actually going to have a more sensitive touch. And you're going to see what life is on a daily basis and how you can actually see more comedy in your life. And you need to really, really dig into that wisdom, because that's wisdom that you can create for yourself. You need to keep spinning those webs inside of yourself. What do I mean? That when you're communicating, you're painting a nice, beautiful picture for yourself, and you're really finding out what the words really mean for yourself. So realize that when you're moving too much, you can distract yourself in terms of communication. So realize never to move too much, but to move abruptly. Now when you move abruptly, you are moving this way. But instead of doing that, you confuse yourself very much. So realize that no matter what, never move your body around too much, but move it in a way that's going to be... Do you hear me now? Do you see what I'm doing? This is the type of tempo you need when you're communicating in a public speaking event. Do you see? Or when you're doing it this way, and you're communicating this way, do you see how it's different? It's very different. What are you doing? You start to annoy people that way. So you have to realize when I speak, I'm doing it in short speeds. And that's what I mean. So when you communicate with your language, in terms of your body language, in short speed bursts. And you use always different language to what you say, because different expression of mind is always going to find yourself in a better place. You're going to always see how can you communicate better. So that's the key difference in your life. You have to realize that no matter what happens, that you start stepping up as a leader, because the world needs more leaders. The world needs people who are going to lead, people who are living their word. And when you're living your word, you deserve to be in front of an audience, and you deserve to be famous. You deserve to have billions of dollars and more, because you're a person of your word. Now, when you're a person of your word, you're living your truth. You understand? You're living at the prime of your life. You're living better than yesterday. And people who are living better than yesterday are holding integrity. Those people who are worse than yesterday are liars. You have to understand that. Those people who are worse than yesterday in terms of life are people who are lying in some kind of area. Now, no matter what, you can be the best in finance and the worst in health. But realize when you have health, you'll also be the best in finance. Because health is more than finance. You have to realize. Now, health is number one. When you're disrespecting yourself in your health, you have no integrity. You understand? Now, those people who apparently have a lot of money, because there's no such thing as a lot of money. You have to realize now. Those people who have millions of dollars and billions of dollars but have no health, have no integrity. Do you understand? And you have to realize that honestly, you need to better your words, but they do have integrity in terms of what they're doing. But you need to have integrity in terms of your health first. Now, in terms of your life, you need to realize that everybody is speaking for themselves in what's happening around the world. So everybody is going to broaden their aspects of life into what word they came up with. So no matter what, everybody comes for a different reason in their life, and you can make mistakes even on camera, you can make it in front of people. But what you need to realize is everybody has an integrity point, but you need to have a higher one. You understand? That's all I say. You need a higher integrity. Now when I say a person has no integrity, I mean they have lower integrity than me. You understand? So whatever they're doing in life, they have lower integrity than me. So then I go comparing who has lower integrity than me in daily life. And now when you compare, you are also becoming more delusional in your thoughts, and you have to realize to never compare. So what you realize is no matter what, when you put the I in comparing, you're always going to refer to yourself first, and that way you can compare. You understand? You can always compare when you're putting yourself first. Now that way you can compare. So what's an example? I am better than them. I am number one rather than them. I am more than that person. I deserve more than that person. I love myself more than them. Now when you compare in that way, you'll always hold into your integrity. Now in terms of health, health is wealth. And when you have health, you have also better communication skills, and you'll look better, you'll feel better, and feeling better is a richness that you must figure out how to do for yourself. So I can give you the ideas, but you have to apply it. And you have to realize no matter what, that information is key for your success, and those who really are inspired daily to make sure that they become better in life are the people who can communicate better. So you need to realize throughout this communication style that I've been giving you in this video, you have to realize I put the you in action this whole video. So when you repeat it, you're going to find always an idea that you can grab in this video for yourself and that you can apply into your life. It's always going to give you an idea based on something. So no matter what, each podcast is going to better your life is always going to give you an idea. So you just have to realize no matter what, to be more productive. And the way to be more productive is to start reading more. But it's really to start doing. How do you do? You start to actually go and speak. You need to go and speak it now. And then when you speak it in the journal, when you speak it on audio, when you speak it on video, when you speak it in front of a crowd, you're going to realize that you're doing more than the crowd because you're speaking more than them. That means that you're more of a leader. So to be more alpha, you need to speak more. You need to have a voice. You need to do something that's far more incredible than other people. Now in terms of health, you can see in your life who is better than yesterday and who is worse than yesterday. Now, those people who are worse than yesterday is just a clear sign that you have more integrity than them in terms of health. You understand? But those who are better in finances than you, but have no health, you can see already that you have more integrity than them. Do you understand? Because health is more than money. And that's what I say. No matter what, even a person who has billions of dollars more than me and has no health is still more broke than me because I have the health. I have more richness because money doesn't bring you richness. Health does. You understand? Health over money. Now, most people are going for the money and delaying their health. That's the worst aspect of life that you can do. You first get the health and then you get the wealth. You first get security inside of yourself and then financial security will come along. First you become independent through your thoughts and making your own decisions. And then once you make your own decisions, you turn into an interdependent person. So you go into interdependence and you become an interdependent person. So when you're an interdependent person, you start to lead people and yourself. So when you're leading others and yourself, that means you are classified as a person who can lead yourself and others. But when you're independent, you can only lead yourself. And when you're dependent, other people are leading you. So look at those three aspects of life. Where are you? Now, in terms of financial aspects, a dependent person has to get money from others, and others have to give that person money to grow up. So for example, your kids may be dependent on you for your money. and you have to give them money until they can grow up and to be independent to make their own money. So the reason you make money is to better your life. You never make money to get a home. You never make money to get real estate. You get money to better your life. So you have to realize now, financial aspects of your life must be that you better your habits. You better your habits first, and you have more money. Now, a way for you to get a pay rise is quit alcohol today. You'll save $15,000 every single year. You may be wasting your money on alcohol every single year. You may be even giving $15,000 for alcohol every single year. So when you quit alcohol, you'll boost your net worth by $15,000 every single year. You just got a pay rise. Nobody gave it to you but you. You understand? So that's one way you can increase your finances right away. And then another one is, say, you no longer eat McDonald's 3 days a week. 3 days a week times $10 is $30 a week. 30 times 52 is $1,500 every single year. You just increase your net profit. So, but you have to stay away from McDonald's and you have to stay away from alcohol. Is it worth it to have $16,500 more to quit those two aspects of life? And plus, when you quit McDonald's, you can have something healthier anyway, and you can live longer, and you can save more time. So I just taught you some massive time management techniques right here. So when you never drink alcohol, you never have to go to that bar anymore. You never have to go with that crowd anymore. You never have to go buy alcohol. You never have to drive to buy alcohol. That all takes time. Those are time management techniques. So when you stay away from alcohol, you save $15,000, but you also save the time associated with you drinking. So that way you have more money, you have more time, you have more health. And that's what I teach in terms of time management. And then, for example, the same thing happens with McDonald's. You never have to drive to McDonald's. You never have to invest your money in McDonald's. You have more money every single year. You lose weight. You start to improve yourself. You start to make sure you delay gratification so you have more in the future. So in terms of what not to do, I have 50,000 ways that I can increase my time in daily life. You understand? So when I increase my time, that's what I teach you in terms of my journal, and that's what I teach you inside of my videos. And now videos are more important than everything else. The more you can brand yourself inside a video and do everything inside a video, the more you can do. Now, people are more likely to watch a video of you speaking because it's you rather than read. Now, no matter what, with journaling, I journal in my time off. You understand? Now, my time off is my journaling. And when I journal, I see ways for me to do better in terms of my life. And I see ways much better in terms of my journaling when I can do journaling in any aspect of life. I can start journaling right away and start public speaking right away after I wake up inside my journal by putting the you in action. So in my journal, I would say all of this material right now. And I would say, this is what you must do to communicate, because once you communicate, you can see how I continue on a daily basis, because when you communicate, you're going to start connecting the dots, and that's how you lead a better life. And I would say something to myself in terms of communication, and I've learned from myself that way inside my journal, but I'll be teaching you in my journal the same way I do in my videos. That way, I always have a business anywhere I go, and I can write an ebook everywhere I go, because I never do ebooks anymore. I never do print books anymore. I never publish my books online anymore. Why? It's time management techniques. You understand? I never have to do that anymore. I do it in my journal. I just upload a file every single day, and all you do is subscribe for $7.20 a month, and I teach you more and more inside an ebook of 30 times 9. So 30 times 9 is about 292 pages worth. 291 pages of material every single month I'll give you for $7.20 in terms of my journal. You understand? And that's why I have a subscription method and a plan for you to stay inside my subscription plan, so that I can teach you. But as soon as you learn something, you need to keep learning. As soon as you're dissatisfied with me, then you need to go and find somebody else. Do you understand? But I make it affordable for you. You have to realize that if you are cheap and you cannot afford $7.20 for me to coach you for a lifetime, baby, then you never deserve me. Do you understand? Then you can go and grab Tony Robbins' book at Audible for $13, and he'll teach you in a 6-hour seminar everything that I teach for $6 and more. So no matter what, I teach you for $7.20. Tony Robbins can teach you the same thing at Audible, or he can teach you on YouTube. No matter what, you can go to Tony Robbins anytime, and that guy will teach you. But I teach you also inside of my content. So no matter what, you have so much more value with me anyway. But no matter what, I have no competition. So you can go to Tony Robbins, and you can go to Tony Robbins on YouTube, and you can also find all the relevant information that you need in terms of Tony Robbins on YouTube for free. And I charge $7.20 a month. And you can get the same information with Tony Robbins for free. But guess what? You'll be on YouTube and you'll be searching for his videos. And I promise you'll learn something. And I make you go there, no matter what. But you'll also find something that Tony Robbins will never speak about. And that's what I speak about. I teach you something. Now, you may think that you can fuck me over, but guess what? You never fuck me over. Because as soon as you think that you can fuck me over, you fuck yourself over. You understand? Because I teach more than Tony Robbins. You understand? So no matter what, over the long term, I have no competition. You can go to whoever you need. I'll teach you. Tony Robbins will teach you. You can afford $7.20 a month. You have no excuses. You can go learn the same thing off Tony Robbins, and you can be brilliant. You can learn the same thing with me, you can be brilliant. So no matter what, I do this because I make sure to live my life, and I make sure that I can make money. So no matter what, I promote other people too. I make sure that you have more mentors in life, that you have Tony Robbins as your mentor and have me as your mentor. Why do you need just one Tony Robbins? Why? You just need one Tony Robbins, and you need more mentors. I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm Danny Milojevic. I'm me. So you need to realize, when you're picking and choosing who your mentors are, you choose the ones that are best for you. So if you are not satisfied with me, and if you're never satisfied with me, make sure that you improve your life anyway. And I'm here to help you anyway. I'm never here to take your money. But I need to make a living of what I do, and I need to do it for free in terms of my life. But I make sure that I price my material because I deserve better than, no matter what, I deserve better than a free life. Do you understand? Now, in my life, you need to realize that you need to price your material too. So when you start going and doing things for free in terms of what Tony Robbins is doing, Tony Robbins can do it for free. He already has the money. You understand? So when you go on YouTube and you start to promote, you'll find out why I charge $7.20 a month. Because people will waste your time. You will be doing it for free for over years and years and years. And you may never be anybody. And people will screw you that way. But when you're charging, you at least never give anybody content, and you'll make sure to put it all in one storage online, and you'll improve your life anyway. You'll improve your life anyway. Am I screwing you? I'm never screwing you. You can get the same information somewhere else. You understand? You can go on Google, and you can read on Google all the information I say, or you can get it from me directly, and I'll make sure that you get the best information. Or you can go to Tony Robbins on YouTube, and you can go invest into Tony Robbins for free on YouTube, and then you can do that in your own time. But while you watch me, you can stay with me. You can do both. What you decide to do, you do. You can save money with me. I can teach you to save so much money in terms of your life over the next 72 years, and I can make sure that you improve your life. You understand? I can make sure that you gain all the ideas that you need, just with me. And I'm already doing that for you. I'm making sure that you gain all the ideas with me. For $7.20 a month for life, every month, for the rest of your life, you can watch me. But guess what? I eventually need to teach you how to grow on your own. And eventually, you will unsubscribe. Eventually, you will unsubscribe from me. And you'll be like, thank you very much, Danny Milojevic. You taught me a better way. Like, thank you very much. You just go. You just go. Because there are plenty of people now in my life who are giving me money already to succeed. So no matter what, if you try to screw me, you screwed yourself. Because I teach you the best information for $7.20. Now, you may say, oh, but Tony Robbins will teach me for free. Well, then you go to Tony Robbins. But I will charge you $7.20. You understand? Because guess what? My information is more. You understand? So no matter what you say, I have to really deliver now in terms of what I say, and I'll never do it for you for free. You understand? I'll never do it for you for free. I have to make some money. Tony Robbins already made the money, he can do it for free. But you need to make the money now. How are you going to make the money? Are you going to go start promoting yourself for free, and then over the next 7 years, you may never get the fame that you deserve? Or you just do you, and you start charging now, and you start doing seminars now, and you start getting popular now with me, you start having me as your mentor for $7.20. You need to be really cheap in that aspect of life to be able to, no matter what, throw me out of the deal. Because you deserve better, and you're getting the best right now from a person who is far better in terms of yesterday, so I can teach you how to do the same. And no matter what, I have no competition. But because I said for you where you can get your information for free, you can go. You can go. But I'll teach you something. I'll teach you something. And if you do go and you unsubscribe from me, then good luck, and I wish you all the best. And just see that I'm never screwing you, and that you can succeed even without me. But guess what? You can never get the ideas that I get. You can never get the persona that I am. You can get the ideas in terms of other ways of thinking, but I'll make sure that you get the information on the spot right now. And no matter what, you can get the ideas that I say, but you can never really grasp what I say in other people. You can never get me in other people. So, thank you very much. You need Tony Robbins? You go to Tony Robbins. You need somebody else who can do it for you for free? You go to that person, and I'll still enjoy my life. And I'll make sure I never give it for you for free. Understand? I'll never give this information. Because I'm already free. You understand that? I'm already free. I'm already doing what I love. For the rest of my life, I have something to do. I have something to do. But you may go somewhere else, and you can do something much more incredible. Now, in terms of that aspect of life, you can see I never fuck up. I never fuck up the person I am. I promote you to go to Tony Robbins. I promote you to go and do things more for free. I promote you to do more for free. But you'll see in my journal and in my content, you can learn a massive deal. For the price I give you, you can do it massively for. You can do a massive amount in life. And all in one, you have all in one with me. You can always learn. You can learn with me now in 2020. Over the next 3 years, you'll still be learning with me. So as soon as you subscribe, over the next 3 years, you have an expectancy to be learning from me. So 36 months times 720, that's how much you'll be giving me over the next 3 years. But you can also make sure to subscribe now. And guess what? Good luck with your journey. Do you understand? Because I'm living it now. Now it's your time to live it. What are you going to do? Because I promote free. I promote freedom. I am freedom right now. I'm free to do what I love. I'm traveling the world. I'm living longer. You understand? Now it's your turn. So no matter what, you can go do things for free, and you can be cheap, and you can be rich, and you can be everything. But make sure that you're better than yourself. And no matter what, I always promote you in a better way, and I give you the most affordable price. Now, for me, it's the most affordable. You understand? And now, obviously, you can get it for free. It comes on Google, and you can go and do it the long way. Otherwise, you go with me, and you get all in one. You can trust me, because I'm successful there. I'm more successful than yesterday. I'm more successful than the people around me. You can put all in that I'm more successful than the people around me. So no matter what you do, guys, enjoy your day. I'll see you guys in the next video. And just make sure that you're just living your life on a daily basis, better than yesterday, and make sure that you promote yourself more and start your seminars, because that's the way to communicate. That's how you communicate, and that's how you live a better lifestyle. Guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.